heard, that doesn't mean Steve won't gong you, shut you down, hang up the phone, because you got to follow his rules.
It's a simple rule: show some energy and bring it. Otherwise, we're going to have to gong you and then say goodbye, BJ.
Yeah, it's like the government. You're still the man.
Right.
It's perceived freedom.
But I feel like we're not going to have to worry about it in this situation because I know he brings energy. I know he's going to bring it because he's always a great guest that we have on our show. And it seems like we have a rule now. Every month we have to have a Rivers person on our show.
That's right.
Please welcome to the show, Andrew Rivers.
Hey, thank you very much.
Pretty awesome to see you.
We'll have your mom on. She can tell us the excitement of living with a guy that
she'll just yell at me about not dressing well and never having a girlfriend. It'll be great.
Oh, well,
it's really
entertaining. Does that still happen?
Yeah.
Oh, good.
Yeah, well, it was funny. Well, they live in the woods in Vermont, and so I have to take a flight and then a bus. I have to take a Greyhound just to go.
Oh yeah, they live deep.
And so they, they're getting ready to drop me off at the bus station, and my mom was like, "You're never gonna get a girlfriend if you dress like that." I'm like, "I'm going to the Greyhounds. This is not where I'm trying to pick up a lady."
None of those Greyhound ladies.
Yeah.
I've heard. Ooh, baby. I mean, really,
low standards at least,
Yeah, they're like train groupies.
Yeah, they got to be. I mean, are lot lizards for the Greyhound station? I don't know.
Yeah.
I have no idea what you can find there, but I don't think clothing's really a problem. Especially
they prefer less clothing.
Yeah, if you got cash, I think anybody likes it.
I'm a comedian, so that's not going to work out.
Andrew Rivers is going to be at the Auburn Theater this Friday and also at the North Bend Theater on Saturday. But unfortunately, that show is sold out because basically he called all of his friends he grew up with because he lived in North Bend.
Why is that unfortunate? That's very fortunate.
Yeah, it's just unfortunate for anyone listening.
Yeah.
I mean, Auburn's not that far. So.
No, Auburn is, listen, if you want to spend a day, go to the old Super Mall and then go see Andrew. And you've had a great day.
Whole day,
that's it, buddy. That's right.
The Super Mall.
I mean, you go to the Burlington Coat Factory.
Sure.
Go to the outlets, not because it's the outlet collection. So.
Right.
And
pick up some defective sneakers,
Hey, look. And go see Andrew Rivers.
Yeah.
By the way, you want tickets, you want info, go to andrewjrivers.com. And look, I mean, anybody that lives here, granted, if this is another radio show, they probably don't care. But here, of course, Andrew is the beloved son of Bob Rivers. And Keith, unfortunately, is the black sheep of the family. We don't talk about him.
Yeah, we don't really bring him up.
We don't bring him up a lot.
He's happily married. He's got 2 beautiful kids. He's got a perfect life. So
we don't need to worry about him. Maybe he's the white sheep of the family.
Yeah. I'm the one that they're like, he needs help. Yeah.
Steve, did we book the wrong Rivers? Were we supposed to?
Yeah. Where's Keith Rivers playing?
Why would we want someone who's happy in life on our show?
You're right.
We got to fit in with the crew.
I'm putting in a facade. That's good. That's good.
Yeah, and Andrew, of course, if you haven't seen Andrew, it's such a fun act, and I've been following you in your career, Andrew, and watching a lot of the videos that you've had, and you just, you posted a video on Facebook somewhere where you got like a skillion views. I mean, people they found you and dug you.
So there's this comedy, there's this website called Dry Bar Comedy, which is like Netflix for Mormons. And
oh, really? So the Mormons have their own thing.
Yeah, because like if you don't want to if you want to watch Game of Thrones but you're offended by nudity, they have a drop down menu where it's like select no nudity, and then you watch the other 13 minutes of Game of Thrones. So
of the hour.
Yeah. But then they got sued by Disney, and so they were like, "Who else can we take advantage of?" And they're like, "Comedians don't read contracts." So I filmed a comedy special with them, and it got 15 million views.
Whoa!
On the internet. So
good for you.
Yeah. So I'm like the Mormon Beyonce right now.
Oh,
and
you know what? That's
so. On your comedy shows, do you curse at all?
I do.
So does that freak them out when they show up? They're like, "Look, we saw him on the Clinton website."
Very rarely. I mean, occasionally I'll get an email, but even when I do it, it's not it's not aggressive. It's just a little spice on top.
It's hardly probably noticeable because I'm thinking like Steve
Gravy Show. What's up, Mother?
Yeah.
I've had conversations. We've had we'll go have lunch or whatever, and I actually don't remember the last time Andrew swore.
Yeah,
you probably did, but it really isn't. Somehow with you. If you do, I don't notice it.
Oh, good.
So there's a good.
Well, I'll try it on the show in a few minutes and see if you notice that.
Somebody will notice. And there we go. And then you and your father and I will have have something in common.
Yeah.
We'll both be out of radio. That'll be what it is.
So now you've been booking your own shows, so you've eliminated the middleman of the comedy club.
Well, I kept emailing clubs like, "Hey, I'm very famous. I'm the Mormon Beyonce," and they're like, "We don't care. We're going to book Stormy Daniels instead." And so I was like, "All right, well,
maybe you should be the Mormon Jay-Z.
Figure out my own thing." I was trying to book my own Mormon Jay-Z. Is better, yeah. We look much alike.
Yeah, you do.
So it's interesting. I was listening to like a podcast on marketing. This guy Gary Vaynerchuk.
Yeah.
And, he's amazing. And he
Gary
made a
V
joke.
challenge.
Yeah, he made a joke like, "Hey, if Facebook ads can convince people to vote for Trump, surely you can get them to buy comedy tickets." And so I was like, "Hey, that's a good idea."
That's
so
a really
I started
good point.
doing just Facebook ads. Because people are on their phone all day, and even if they're listening to you, they're on the radio app. So just get them in the palm of their hand, and so that's been working really well.
Well,
Turns out this is how easy it is to be president.
Yeah.
I'm going to run for president
idea.
next year.
I think it's a great idea because for years I've had a problem, and back when I did stand-up comedy owners are some of the biggest pains of the asses to have to deal with, and a lot of them are idiots.
Yeah.
And we lost a good one in Bellevue.
Oh, right. Yeah, we did.
That was a good crew there.
Parlor Live. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so and we for years had a particular person in this town that was just horrendous, and I'd fight with that guy all the time. If I knew the comic that was going to be at his joint, and I'd be like, "Hey, listen, don't let him take you to every radio station because there are places that it's not going to work for you," and he doesn't care because he's a moron, And then I'm happy that basically guys like him do not have to affect your life anymore. Right. Because you do have the ability with social media to really book your own show and let people know you're going to be there, and they will show up.
Yeah. If you build it, they will come.
Look at you, buddy.
Yeah.
And you built it in Auburn.
Absolutely.
And you built it in North Bend.
Absolutely. Well, that's the whole idea. The tour is called the Eagles Cover Band Tour because I'm mostly playing like smaller cities, Yeah. Because I was testing it out, and like my shows in like Seattle and like Portland, they'd still be good, but it would be a lower attendance. And then my shows in like Bellingham or whatever would sell out immediately. And I called my dad, and he was, in his fashionably insulting tone, he was like, "You're like an Eagles cover band, because like a cover band will sell 100 tickets in a small town, but in a big city, people could just go see the Eagles, and you're not the Eagles,
it's those heartwarming father-son moments.
But it's also like it's such a good point that you can't. I try to not get mad at anybody as long as they're telling the truth, but that was really testing me.
He should call somebody. See, here's the thing. The one thing your father doesn't understand.
It's so insulting.
It's so right.
But it's a great analogy.
It is. He's not smart enough to realize he should call the agent.
This is my tour poster.
There you go.
Oh, that's fantastic. That's great. Eagles Cover Band Comedy Tour.
There we go. He did give you a good idea.
Yeah.
I'll give you that.
Yeah, drum set with drumsticks up my nose. And
by the way, I mean, really, you're the best Eagles cover band I've ever seen.
You know what? Thank you. That's because I don't play any Eagles.
Well, I'll tell you, Andrew, we find that in our industry, too. The smaller the town, the more radio is big because they don't have a lot of folks come to town. Yeah. So their celebrities are the folks that just will come to their town, including the people that are there all the time.
Yeah. They just have nothing else to do. They're like, I guess BJ's fine,
Well, when I worked in Rochester,
nothing.
I worked in Jacksonville.
I guess we could stare at the Stones for a while, or whatever you're doing.
We're going to do our Better Than Nothing tour.
Yeah.
I was a big star at the Better Than Nothing tour.
Name. All right.
Stone Staring. I mean, I was the opener for Stone Staring.
Hey, I texted asked the question since you guys were talking about it earlier. What is the most shocking celebrity death to Andrew Rivers?
Oh yeah.
Oh shoot. So I was thinking about that, but I couldn't. This one was was pretty big.
Kobe.
Yeah, Kobe
You're a big
was
Sonics fan.
Yeah, well, I mean, he encompassed more than sports, I think, and he was so well known, and I don't know, this one has to be the biggest, because I didn't care about like Princess Diana or whatever.
You're young.
I know, yeah.
I would hope not. I think you were 3 when that happened or whatever, maybe.
Well, I was crying about other things.
Like, Dad, do you not understand how important this is to me?
This is crazy. National emergency.
Forget this mobile.
I remember exactly where I was when I found out about JFK, and it shocked me.
Well, I think you were swimming, weren't you at the time?
Yeah.
You were swimming around, having a great time. Oh, yeah, it's an interesting thing. But you're still a relatively young dude. I think in the next 10 years, you're going to probably have somebody, Kobe's
I'll be the next
one.
shocking death.
You'll shock yourself. Like, wow, he was a great cover band.
I thought we were going to be okay.
Turns out those drumsticks up the nose were not good for him.
They don't help you. Yeah.
He had a problem.
Yeah.
Just kept those up there.
Well, I'm trying to work out more. Just because I think my industry is very sedentary and
yes,
you're spending a lot of time emailing and then standing around. So I've been trying to, but I don't call it working out. I call it preventing early death. That's how I motivate myself. Every time I'm in the gym, I'm like, I'm going to live a few extra years because of this, maybe, hopefully.
That's a good way to look at it. Unfortunately, I didn't do that.
Because I think if you go like, I'm going to go work out, and it's like, I got to take my pre-workout and my protein shakes, and like that's not my goals necessarily. I'm just trying to. I just want a spring in my step if there's a bus coming. You just need something.
Reflex.
Yeah. Really, like back in the old days when you were in the Serengeti. You know what I mean? You never know when someone's going to eat you. You need to be ready.
You got to be on your toes.
I'm not ready. I am definitely going to be a nice appetizer for some creature. I am happy we're not on the Serengeti.
Oh, boy.
And Andrew Rivers, of course, is performing at the Auburn Avenue Theater this Friday, as well as the North Bend Theater on Saturday, but that's already sold out. So just get your Friday tickets at andrewjrivers.com.
This falls in line with what you just said about your pops, but someone want to know what's the best advice that your dad ever gave you?
That my dad never gave me?
Ever.
He did give me. Wait.
The best advice he's ever given you.
Oh, he's ever given me. I was like, never given me, which was everything. We don't talk.
There you go.
Yeah.
That's the best way. That's the best relationship.
Can't ruin your kid if you don't talk to him.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, they always say that. It's, you never get in trouble for what you don't say.
Yeah. I think my dad's biggest influence on me was nothing good happens after midnight. And that, I think about that sometimes.
He was an expert at that, too.
If I'm texting, sometimes you meet a girl on a Tinder thing and you... And you get to chatting, and then it's like 11:30, and she's like, "Come over," and I'm like, "No, just nothing good is going to end out of this. If I show up after midnight, that's not okay."
That's a really good thing.
Everything good happens after midnight.
Maybe in your day, Steve. Now I feel
not when you're not when you're 35. You just.
What's the worst that can happen?
I gotta be up for radio in the morning. I gotta take a nap. You know what I mean? I got stuff to do.
I think of theft.
I come over and hook up with you, but I have a nap planned tomorrow.
Yeah.
All right.
Andrew could wake up and his kidneys are gone. He's in a bathtub full of ice.
Who knows? I'm a big time celebrity. People might leak my nudes to TMZ or something like that.
You're right. That's a good point.
Yeah, and then TMZ will be like, "Who is this guy again?"
And you're all swole from the gym, so people want to see that.
Yeah. Absolutely.
It is Listeners on the Loose. You pick the topic. You guide the show at 206-421-ROCK. Text us at 77999. Our special guest, Andrew Rivers, is here as well. Whatever you want to talk about, your calls, your texts at 933 on The Rock.
BJ and Migs, mornings on The Rock. 99.9 KISW.
99.9 KISW, The Rock of Seattle. It's Listeners on the Loose. You pick the topic. You guide the show. 206-421-ROCK. Text us at 77999. We also got Andrew Rivers with us doing comedy at the Auburn Ave Theater this Friday. Get your tickets at andrewjrivers.com.
Got a text earlier based on our conversation about Snoop Dogg and Martha Stewart and his favorite food to eat of hers while he's high. They want to know, what is your favorite food to eat while high?
Ooh. Well, first of all, do we talk to the dry bar comic? Is he going to admit this, or is that going to ruin his standing in the Mormon community?
I think I've already ruined my standing. Cheez-Its.
Oh.
Cheez-Its, if they want to give me a sponsorship, I'd be happy to shout them out.
Yeah, that's it. You know what? Stuff like that is great when you're beveraged up or high or whatever. Oh,
The worst was many years ago, back before they would make like the edibles at a store where they tell you how strong they are. People make their homemade ones. I remember it's homemade one of those like what are the Swedish, not Swedish fish, but the things that look like fish.
Oh, yeah, gummy bear kind of stuff.
Not gummy, but like
goldfish.
Thank you.
Oh, goldfish.
Yes.
Crackers.
It's a cracker. Yeah.
Oh, those.
And so they did edibles of that.
Oh, boy.
They like layered like marijuana on it, like the butter.
Oh, jeez.
And the problem was they were so delicious that you just kept eating them.
You just go, and
you don't know how strong they are. And they're like, hey, just eat a couple. I'm like, eat a couple.
No, you can't do that.
Next thing you know, my college friends were all like, not going anywhere. This is way too strong.
Serving size 2 cookies. Yeah, right.
Right. Like, remember, like it would be like, here's a brownie. Just have a bite.
Yeah.
Then why are you giving me a brownie?
Right. That's not the purpose of a brownie.
Right.
Yeah, that's the wrong thing to have a limited dose to put it in a tasty treat that you will overconsume.
Yeah. Edibles are dangerous because you're eating, and then it makes you hungry, and you're like, I'll just go get the regular brownie, but you're not going to know which one's which.
Whatever's closest.
And then you're gonna get even worse.
I think the best though for me back in my stoner days was just ice cream, any kind, but like a pint thing.
Yeah,
that's why I ballooned up to 280 pounds at one point.
See, that's why
pints of ice cream all the time.
That's why edibles are the best thing, because when you're drinking, ice cream's not what you want, because the ice cream and the beer just don't go together in your belly. You don't think, at least, I mean, I don't anyway.
Many a wasted nights I want to go somewhere to get a shake.
Really? Ooh.
Yeah, I want my night to end with ice cream.
See, I like the greasy food is how I like it. Like I wanted to
soak it up.
I wanted the savory and the greasy. I did not go for the sweets when I was massively drunk. It was the savory and the grease. But when the amount of herbal might be happening, oh yeah, it's like whatever. Is any chips, any candy, anything.
So it's a favorite food to eat while high? Pizza. Another person, Crunch Berries are meant to eat high.
Captain Crunch's Crunch Berries?
Apple Jacks, that was pretty cool. Like out of the box, no cereal. Like no milk.
Just grabbing handfuls of cereal is a good old fashioned,
like a snack,
good old fashioned meal.
I haven't had that. That'll be interesting. I've never grabbed for cereal when I've ever been altered. Never have.
Honestly, it's like whatever's in the house, I'm going to eat.
Yeah.
Well, there is that.
I mean, I'll make some eggs and cook it up nice, and
I need kale chips.
Yeah.
Like,
it doesn't matter. We got to go grocery shopping.
Cooking while you're high or altered, though, that is a dangerous thing.
Grocery shopping while stoned is the worst.
Oh, well, that's a financially dangerous thing.
Yeah.
I'll just buy this whole snack aisle. I can do it. Why not?
So it says, hey, can you guys give a shout out to the 8,000 plus Swedish Providence nursing and support staff going on strike today for better patient safety? I have a buddy who's a friend of a friend, and actually his significant other. She's part of that, and our hearts.
Yeah,
give it out to you guys.
I don't know what's going on, but really the support staff, the nurses, and everybody else that goes into it, they're really doing the heavy lifting, really. Because if you go to the doctor, the doctor doesn't do anything. I mean, I know they do something,
right.
But their bedside manner is usually ridiculous. And the nurses
let's look at this chart my assistant just prepared for me. Come on.
And so it's a big one today, and I hear that.
Where are they protesting? I got some rashes I could get checked out.
While they're protesting?
Yeah, if they're just off the clock.
Hey, what do you say?
Stop.
I really
I don't have health insurance. Can you just?
Yeah, I believe in your cause, but could you look at this? Yeah, it's millions of. I heard like tens of millions of dollars they're losing because of this Swedish. So, they've been negotiating for a while and can't see eye to eye on the whole thing, and it's hard for
8,000 nursing and support staff. That's a lot of people.
See, the thing is when you are a big major hospital conglomerate, nobody's going to feel sorry for you because we all know what medical bills cost. You just go and you realize either A, you see what the insurance would have charged you if you didn't have coverage, or B, you know what they're charging you, and you go, you got to be kidding me.
Right. You go to get your leg fixed, and then just to pay the bill, you got to give them the arm and the leg that they just fixed. Hey-ho. All right. That's so perfect.
Auburn Avenue Theater, everybody, this Friday.
Jokes like that.
Andrew Rivers. If you don't see him then, you're crazy people. And by the way, he could use a diagnosis while he's on stage, too, if you're one of those folks.
So I want to know, did you guys hear about Phoenix Jones, the hero of Seattle, arrested for selling Molly?
Now, do you remember Phoenix Jones?
Him. Yeah, I loved him.
He's a criminal now.
Allegedly. That's what happens to the best of them.
Right.
Yeah.
Who's the villain of Seattle, though? We need someone to be a villain.
I think that's
Tim Hyman.
Yeah.
He steals chairs.
Jeff Bezos living in his glass sphere.
Yes.
And,
so he's like Lex Luthor.
Yeah.
Jeff Bezos is hated.
Yeah.
Yeah, he is.
Because, I wrestle at 3-2-1 battle, and that's now the chant that because I'm bald, so there are a bunch of baldists that.
And so they really start calling you Bezos?
They just go, F Jeff Bezos, and they chant that while I'm wrestling.
You kind of do look like Jeff Bezos.
All right.
Yeah.
Compare me to a multimillionaire that owns this city. That's me.
Yeah.
Man.
You should just walk around claiming you are Jeff Bezos.
I'm Jeff Bezos, and I wrestle on the side.
Yeah.
Wouldn't that be hilarious?
Your wrestling name should be Jeff Bezos. Yeah.
Jeff the
You know what? If
the Amazon, Jeff Bezos.
You know, if you look like Elon Musk, people would believe it because he does do weird stuff.
Yeah.
So they would believe that Elon Musk was a wrestling in his spare time.
At some point, we have to find someone that's really wasted or stoned at 3-2-1 battle, like a fan, and convince them that I am Jeff Bezos.
Won't be difficult if they're stoned.
Yo, do you know that that's actually the Amazon.com guy?
What?
He just on the side. He likes to get in tights and wrestle his friends.
Dude, that's
what he does.
No, that's not him.
And that's Bill Gates over there.
That is him.
Yeah, but people chant that because that's the hatred that they have.
Sure.
Which is funny because probably most of the people in that room work there.
Right.
Well, and again, you always hate they hated Microsoft for how many years?
Sure.
They hated Bill Gates for all those years. They hated Paul Allen for all those years.
They hated Jesus.
Yeah, you're right. You know what? They did.
They come for everybody.
And we have a Jesus character at 3-2-1 battle.
Yeah.
It's Jesus Christ Jr., JCJR.
Okay. I can't talk about that. I'm afraid bad stuff's going to happen if I even mention that.
He just broke his arm, so it could be bad stuff was happening.
Oh, you got to be... See?
Shout out to the son of God.
Yeah, smiting is a thing. Okay, I read about it somewhere. I think it was one of those books. Yeah, you don't want to say you're the guy when you're not the guy. I think there's blasphemy or something and things. Yeah.
blasphemy and something and things. Yeah.
Solicitor's on the loose. That's how they write it in the Bible.
Very eloquent.
That's what said Phoenix Jones. You either die a hero or live long enough to become the villain.
That's true.
It's so true, man.
Well, he was causing more fights, and it's like, look, if you pepper spray my hookers, I'm going to be upset with you also, you know? Like, that's all he did is just got in the middle of stuff.
Yeah,
he never really saw. Like, the police were like, "Get out of the way!"
Right, we know you're legally allowed to dress up as a superhero and fight crime, but we prefer you don't.
Yeah, there's some videos. It's funny because there was drunk guys that always want to fight him because he was like an MMA guy, and so he would be in costume, and the police were standing there. I guess if there's a mutual combat law, I don't know much about this. I've tried to avoid combat.
I watched Fight Club. You're right.
Sure.
There is, yeah.
So there's some kind of law where if you both agree to it, the police can't really do anything. So the police were standing there please don't do this. And the guy was like, no, I'm going to do it. And then he got his butt kicked. And
by Phoenix Jones.
Yeah. And it was pretty funny.
Well, plus he's wearing some kind of body armor, too.
Yeah.
It's you're going up to him with nothing.
I don't know if that helped, but yeah.
And he knows the moves.
Right. The guy was drunk, and this guy, gets off on beating people up. So
I'm a drunken guy with no skills. I'll take on the body armor MMA guy.
Yeah.
Yes.
So it says being a superhero is expensive business. Do you blame Phoenix?
Oh.
I mean, Batman had it because he was wealthy. He had his family.
He did.
So how does Phoenix get all his new superhuman stuff? He's got to sell Molly and cocaine.
Go fund me.
Yeah.
Exactly. I guess it wasn't working for him.
Yeah. That's right. Well, Go Fight Me wasn't working.
Yeah. Go Fight.
He wasn't making enough money.
He should just join your wrestling thing.
Yes.
Yeah.
Actually, that would have been a really good idea.
You could invite him for
a
he
makes
special...
more probably selling Molly than I do wrestling.
Well, not anymore. The police just busted him.
That's right. The police aren't busting me.
No.
I'm on the up and up.
Yeah.
You might
catch up to him. They don't even know about your Molly business.
No, let's keep that quiet.
All right.
Baby aspirin is his business.
Okay.
Yeah, he's really just selling that stuff on the side. Steve does a good job of it.
Sour Patch Kids. I sell them to all my friends.
Yeah. Well, you know what? Listen, man, whatever you got to do.
That's so crazy, though. When I saw that story, I was like, Phoenix Jones just got popped for selling drugs.
Poor guy.
Yeah, I mean, you get it, though. You're the hero, and society is not letting you be the hero. And you're getting knocked down. You're getting, you're really getting maligned in the media. You're not making a lot of money. And you eventually will turn to a life of crime.
But you should at least, make a statement saying, I'm no longer Phoenix Jones. I've decided not to be a crime fighter anymore. Dr. Evil.
Maybe he was working his way into the drug ring from the inside.
Aha.
Maybe this was an undercover operation.
And those pesky cops got in the way of it.
Yes.
Sometimes that happens. I mean, the latest issue of Spider-Man, he robbed a bank, but he was doing it for good.
Right.
But nobody knew that.
Who knows?
Nobody knew.
Did he send a letter beforehand? Hey, I'm selling Molly, but I'm just trying to infiltrate the
That's CIA
crew.
stuff, though. You kind of, it's like Mission Impossible.
Yeah.
We're going to disavow any knowledge. You're always going to look like you're robbing banks. We can't say to anybody that you were doing good stuff.
Right, yeah, that's right.
So he's effed. The poor guy's effed.
Yeah.
Somebody said, I work in, this is based on the topic earlier, the crazy things you've seen while you were working. Someone says, I worked in security at a hotel and they had a swinger party on one of the floors while I was patrolling. Whoa. They had multiple offers for me to join them.
Wow. Well, I guess it depends on the clientele, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, because you're on the job. That's kind of tough if you're supposed to be security and then all you're securing is them in a certain way.
Hey, watch the door.
Yeah. All right. Well, I think I can watch the door as long as you're near
I
the
got
door.
a good angle on it from if I just turn my head, maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know.
See, that's a tough job.
Yeah.
I would always give in. I mean, if somebody said, "Hey, you could have some fun," abandon your job. I'm like, I'm going to do this.
All right, caller number 9. We're going to start a swingers party for BJ.
There we go.
We could do that.
Oh yeah, that's look at the phones go off the hook. Everybody wants to be part of that.
Sound crazy. So stop calling all at once.
Right, put through caller number 9 if that actually does happen.
Nobody wants an antique organ unless
we'll
they
settle for caller number 1. Really,
do it. I will just settle for anybody that sends a letter at this point. Yeah. So swingers party, they still have them. Still happens.
Yeah, of course it does. What do you think? They just stopped having swingers
I don't know. I used to hear a lot more about them years ago. I feel like I haven't heard a whole lot about them. People always would tell me, hey, there's a swingers party.
Well, you stopped going in the chat rooms. And
Oh, that's a good point. Yeah. You're right. I guess I really...
Ever since you got rid of that AOL address.
Oh, that was a good one. You could really get a lot of fun on AOL.
I'm sure it'll happen, though, once you get a little bit older. You go to, an old folks' home. I bet there's lots of orgies at old folks' homes.
Well, that's what you hear. I mean, the rate of syphilis is up pretty high in a lot of those places.
So. Someone said they knew Phoenix. He used to come to my bar and bring me Slurpees. That's back when he was a hero.
Oh, he was a hero. He brought Slurpees. Well, to some people, if you're bringing him Molly, you're a hero as well.
Yeah, my 20s, man, he'd be like the greatest hero of all time.
Best hero of all time.
And then if he brought me a Slurpee later on in the night, forget it.
He'd be the masked...
sour flavor.
The masked Mollier. That's his new name.
I bet he's popular at raves.
Yeah, he's got the Molly.
I mean,
and he's dressed up like a superhero.
Right, that's what I mean.
They're all wearing masks anyways.
It's the perfect
He
place.
can get a security guard. He can go get hired for some Eyes Wide Shut party. And then some swingers party.
Eyes Wide Shut reference. Congratulations.
Sounds like 1992 movie.
And he has a sidekick, Candy Necklace Girl.
Yeah.
Candy Necklace Girl. Okay.
Vapes back rub guy.
Oh, yeah. Vapes and candy.
Yep. And then Crazy Light Show dude.
Crazy Light Show dude. He's got a whole posse.
Yes.
It's like Super Friends.
Oh, man. He's in the wrong business.
He really is in the wrong business. Well, Andrew, it is good having you in, buddy. Glad to have you back in town.
Appreciate
He's got a show at the Auburn Theater this Friday. Check that out. Unfortunately, the North Bend Theater is, for you if you want to see him, it's fortunate for Andrew. That show is sold out in North Bend. But Auburn Ave Theater this Friday, AndrewJRivers.com. Get those tickets. You will not be disappointed. Andrew is awesome. Andrew, good to see you, buddy.
Thanks for having me. Appreciate it.
And right now, Steve, an important question needs to be answered.
Yes, sir.
What do Ryan Castle and an SUV have in common? We're all going to find out at 9:50 on The Rock.
BJ and Migs, mornings on The Rock, 99.9 KISW.